when NSDC was first set up and the National Skills Mission came into being, it was thought that this was more for technical education and for college and university learning. But if you look at the new education policy, you would realize that now skills are something that is being talked about right from maybe the pre-primary or primary level. And when I say that on the basis of the fact that you expect children to do coding. Now that is something that we used to hear about. I mean, NIT would understand this better, that, you've been around since what, 1981, I guess. And you were at the edge of the technological revolution back then in time when computers was the first heard thing. And it was considered as something which required great skill. There was something that required great training to become a programmer. But today you expect children to make their own programs in primary schools. The blockchains are being used and talked about. AI is being talked about. So definitely the skills is something that would be brought down. There'll be a 10-day internship which is being proposed in the middle school. Now imagine children going and learning about jobs in their middle school so that they can decide about their careers in the later part after 10th, which is considered to be, the class where they're practically decided about where they want to go in life, something you never did till you reached class 12th earlier, or maybe, college. So skills is something that, and not only just these skills to get a job, the soft skills, the interpersonal skills that we talked about earlier, is something again that is now being blended into our teaching process. So what my take is that skills is something that comes with practice. So now adaptive learning tools that are there, the design of courses and the curriculum would definitely have some, because you're going to go for competency-based learning. And the assessment is also going to be based on the competencies rather than the body of knowledge that you've been able to mug up. So rote learning is practically dead there. It is demonstrate what you can demonstrate, what you can learn, and what you can adapt. So for that, I think the adaptive learning platforms are the greatest tool that are going to be there. The adaptive testing is also going to be there because they are, it's no more a question of getting one question paper and 3 hours. It is something you're supposed to demonstrate a skill. So you're also supposed to learn it in different ways, because not everybody learns the same way and not everybody achieves the same level of competency. So there's no point in saying that you were supposed to learn a skill and you have learned 60% of it. You mark a kid, what happens after that? Unless the kid can perform the task till the end point, there is no point in teaching, there is no point in learning. So there has to be more than one trajectory of learning, the ability to go back, find out which skill, which step in the skill has been missed. The student, the platforms will take them back there. They will see, okay, this is where the learner is making a mistake over and over again. So, okay, hasn't learned in way X, let's try it in the Y manner. So that is how I think teaching and learning is going to progress in future. Your competency-based learning that we are talking about, the skills development that we are talking about would both be done through adaptive learning measures. And there are platforms, and I'm glad that the government has taken an initiative, because please understand that this revolution did not exactly start with the NEP, it was already there. The good part about NEP is that it has responded very well. If you look at the NEP, let's say page number 58, which came to us in the first draft, and if you look at this one, they already incorporated the word pandemic in it, while the original policy was made before that. So this is a very, very responsive document. The Diksha app itself was talking about infrastructure being in place. The SWAYAM portal, just see what SWAYAM stands for: Study Web of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Minds. They are making it institutionalized now. So these are living documents, this policy is a living policy, and I'm sure that it is not only just talking about demonstrative skills as far as a task is concerned, but also about interpersonal and soft skills between us. So Manisha, I feel that that is the way forward with the new education policy. It is going to be interactive, it is going to be multifarious ways of learning, leaving it at some point, coming back, getting your roadblocks out, and then carrying on forward till everybody reaches there. So the adage of saying, no one gets left behind truly comes into force here.